welcome back live inside the Stan Sheriff Center. As you look across the bottom of your screen, your Hawaiian Tail FCU starting lineups. Same lineup for the University of Hawaii tonight. One major difference for the Bruins of UCLA. Freshman Michael Fisher out of Kailua, the local boy from Hawaii Baptist Academy, in the starting lineup, Chris, for UCLA. And the first point goes to the Bruins as Joby Ramos.
Well, if there was an award for introductions and energy during introductions, UCLA would have won it. I think they had instructions to say from their coaching staff, hey, let's show how strong we can be, how resilient we can be, how we can bounce back and show some real positive love here, at least in introductions.
And Taylor Averill, a little bit short off the top of the cable, falls on the Hawaii side. Point for the Bruins, and Michael Fisher, local boy, goes back to serve it up. He has seen some limited action over the course of this freshman year for him, but certainly a thrill for him to be getting the start in his hometown in front of family and friends. Fisher, of course, a good serve. Siki puts it up. And here's Brooks Zador's first serve, or swing of the night, rather, and the big 7-footer, Robert Page, blocks him, and the Bruins out to a very quick 3-0 start.
This is a little bit reminiscent of last night where the Bruins got off to a quick start in set number 1.
And then Hawaii came back to tie it up early. And Fisher tries to unclip one, feeling a little confident, up 3-zip, and hits it long. And Siki back to serve it up for Hawaii. Just a really entertaining, as we said, high-level, high-quality match last night.
Well, and the Bruins are going to pick up a little more offense from Fisher, but they don't have, he doesn't have the serve of Jackson Bantle.
And then the miss on the connection to Trent Kirsten. And Sador off the high hands again. And the second opportunity. Here's Fisher. He's going to go wide. That's a point for Hawaii. Nope, they're going to call a net violation. Net violation against Hawaii. And that'll give the point to UCLA.
Jay Solson.
Jace looking over as if to say, really? Didn't think that he made contact. So it would have been a 3-2 game. Instead, it's 4-1. And here's Robert Page. And I was just about to say, he had an off night. We talked about it. Even John Sprouse said, yeah, we don't expect that to happen. Yet his first swing there is pretty much off the target. But he did finish strong.
My guess is that he's going to start stronger tonight than he did last night.
He still ended up with 17 kills, hit 273 for the night. And there's a pretty good swing right there by Trent Kirsten.
Kirsten with 5 kills last night, hit 308. 6 weeks ago, he had 10 kills, no errors. So he's a force in the middle, and there's a good pass. And Hagen Smith's starting to get used to his middles. My sense is that Hagen Smith will go to his middles a little bit more when necessary.
Kirsten with the serve, overpass, and Hawaii will pay for it. Siki on the service receipt. Watched it back over the net, and it's a 6-2 UCLA start.
Last night, Siki had 47 serve receptions, more than double the next player on Hawaii's team. There he is passing another one.
And Jay Solson, good hustle over there by Fisher to track it down. And Page, I guess when you're 7 feet, doesn't matter where you're attacking from. He was well behind the 3-meter line, still managed to put some good angle on it.
He did, just took off on one leg. Charlie Wayne hasn't seen enough.
Very quickly, we'll take a timeout with Hawaii trailing by 5. Already back with the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match, Chris.
Well, for UCLA, they got a rollout Page 4.0. That's like
I like that.
An internet program. If he gets 4 kills per set, they're going to be good. And if he makes less than the 8 errors he made last night, maybe only makes 4, they'll be good for Hawaii. Simple. Just continue the hot serving they did last night.
So they got to reboot Page and upgrade his operating system.
There you go.
And there's Sador. And Brooks Sador was so effective last night. Had a career kind of night with 24 kills, hit 452, and gets his first kill on this night. And Hawaii within 4. It'll be 3 serving 7. So a little bit of ground to cover to get back to even ground here in the first set. Nice little crowd here on a Saturday night in Lower Bowl. And Sador Uncorks one a little bit long. Last night from the service line, Hawaii had 6 service aces to 15 service errors. UCLA had 4 and 9 respectively. And Hagen Smith returns the favor. A freshman setter, 4th setter of the season for the Bruins.
Scoring number 22. There's a story behind that. His father, a Hall of Famer in beach volleyball and 4-time All-American at UCLA. Number retired way back in, I think, 92. And between him and his father, I asked Hagen before the game, I said, did you ask your dad if you could wear his number and take it down from the rafters at Pollard Pavilion? Or did he offer it up? And he said, it was a little bit of each.
Very cool. Sinjin, of course, the father, the first name. And you saw the Jace Olsen ace while we were sharing the story. And a good swing, but a net violation, and that's going to be a point for Hawaii. That was Michael Fisher. But the point taken away and awarded to Hawaii. So each team has been the beneficiary of that scenario there.
Set a little bit too tight. Fisher followed through there into the cable.
And Olsen, serving for the 3rd time, takes a little something off it. There's Fisher again. And Ramos there to cover it up. Little bump set back to Siki, has to retreat. And that was a tough set as he had to go backwards and hit it while retreating. Never an easy task.
Not Colby Kanatake's best set. Those liberos really got to get good at bump setting, especially when they're inside the 3-meter line when they cannot use their hands.
There's a perfect set to Siki. Ball ricochets backward. Trying to save it is Smith, and he's not going to get there. And Hawaii gets the point. So Hawaii's battled back. They were trailing 6-2. Now they are back within 2 at 7 serving 9. Something about the victory last night probably allows them to not have to go into any kind of an early panic mode, knowing that they can play with this team, and you can kind of dip into the knowledge bank that is very recent. Pass into the net, Siki unable to work with that, and the side-out point for the Bruins.
You see Robert Page's numbers for the season: 4 kills a set, hitting .313 in the year. Last night he was about almost 50 points below that.
Spencer Rowe with the serve. Olsen shanks. Siki chases it down, and a free ball and an opportunity for the Bruins. Back set goes to Fisher, and he makes it pay.
Good play in transition there. As Siki Zarkovich was helping in the middle, he goes up and helps with that middle set. Could not get back out to the outside for Fisher. Great choice by Hagen Smith to back set to Michael Fisher.
Nice tight pass to the net. Good set for Siki. And Zarkovich gets his 2nd kill. Hawaii back within 3, 8 serving 11. Ramos back to serve.
That time Siki had a one-on-one with Hagen Smith, UCLA's smallest blocker at 6 feet.
Ramos with a good serve off the cable. Here's Fisher. Oh, Fisher with some good angle out of the back row.
Swing by Fisher. Good coaching by Tony Obrey, his high school coach at Hawaii Baptist Academy. He had 2 state titles. He had 2 MVPs in the Division II level. He was a Fab 50 player, one of the best 50 prep players in the country his senior year.
That's his 2nd service ace, however, on the night, and Hawaii within 3. 12-9 our scores. Siki Zarkovich to serve it up for the University of Hawaii. Rainbows winning in 4 last night, 25-23, 26-24. UCLA wins the 3rd set, 27-25. Hawaii had a serve for the match. Hawaii wins it in the 4th, 25-22. And Ramos with the pancake save, unfortunately, went under the net. And so point UCLA.
Zarkovich got a great serve there, forced a mid-court pass by UCLA. They were out of system right away. But if you get Page a nice high set near the net, he'll do something good with it. At 7 feet tall, it's hard for him not to do something good with it. And he's got those great beach volleyball skills as well. He's very good in the sand, played a lot last summer especially. It may be a career he pursues after indoor volleyball at UCLA.
Love the story if you're watching our pregame Game On with Taylor Averill, just talking about what his future might bring as the serve goes out. Said could be playing volleyball, could be living in a cave somewhere 5 years from now.
In Thailand.
Yeah. and it's true.
Well, the big question was, will he play next year? He has 1 year of eligibility left. Will he come back to Hawaii and play next year, or will he be lured to turn pro and play in Europe or somewhere overseas?
Talked about how much he loves it here in the island as Jace Olsen and Nick West are there to cover the ball for that. He loves Hawaii. He'd love to spend some more time here, but yes, the lure of dollars and the professional ranks, if it comes calling, it's a pretty big call when you're a young kid struggling in college.
Yeah. Hawaii
back within a deuce. Averill lets it go. Little Fisher with the overpass and a free ball for Hawaii. They're going to set it up on the outside. And Jace Olsen. Little chest bump after that one with his sunshine, buddy.
And immediately, Jace Olsen points to Siki Zarkovic and says, hey, thanks, Siki, for the awesome set.
Got to look at the series record presented by Aston Hotels and Resort. UCLA still with a commanding lead, but you know what? What have you done for me lately? Well, then Hawaii gets the nod because last meeting, of course, last night. There's Robert Page dug up by Averill, and he puts it right on the net, and they get it to Sador. And then the dump shot. Nice play by Hagen Smith.
Great dig, great serve by Taylor Averill to start the rally off. Then he made a nice dig. Sador takes a pretty good swing, but Hagen Smith is too crafty at the end of this rally. There's the nice set from Ramos. Nice dig. Here's Hagen Smith just dumping it down. Jace Olsen was actually there, just missed it.
And a nice set for Nick West. And West with his first kill. Looks the door to stare down on that volleyball. Set to launch. And the block at the net. And that's Nick West. Bad finger at all.
Boy, Nick West was waiting for that. This is called a commit block. You go right up with the middle blocker. Even if you don't make it to the outside, it's okay, because if they set the middle, you're going to look like a hero, and that's what Nick West was just then.
Tied for the first time. Hawaii has erased a 5-point deficit. They trailed 7-2. And another booming serve by Sador. They're going to set it up, and a good swing, and that's the first time tonight we have said the name Gonzalo Quiroga. It won't be the last. We'll take a timeout with the Bruins leading it 15-4 on night 2 between Hawaii and UCLA.
Find the perfect gift for every occasion at Big Island Candies. Visit them in Hilo at Ala Moana Center or click on BigIslandCandies.com collection and place your order today.
Well, we talked about the great volleyball played last night. Could tonight be more of the same? So far, 2 teams playing evenly matched, at least for the moment, even though UCLA got out to the early start.
And last night at this time, Brooks Sador had 8 kills. And Hope was at the 15-point mark. Tonight, he's got 1. UCLA's done a nice job of keying on him.
Great point. We had 10 after the first set alone. This set goes to Quiroga. Look at that diving save in there, and that is Garrett Komisarek. And then the misconnection, and it's Fisher that puts it down, and then one of the Bruin players a little slow to get up. Is that Trent Kirsten, or is that Rowe?
Spencer Rowe, I think, came down on the outside blocker's foot.
Well, watch his right foot as he lands on his teammate there. Oh, there it is. He lands on the back, and Nick, oh boy, and it just kind of folds over. Yeah, that is not pretty. He landed on the back of Nick's foot, and you could just see his shoe kind of twist completely sideways, and just got to breathe deep and try to get through the moment. Now we'll see if he's going to be able to put any weight on it as he goes to get up, and it appears as though he's going to need a little bit of help from his teammates. I tell you what, if this is a bad injury, which it looks like it might be, he's a pretty tough kid because he's got a game face on him.
He is. He's one of their hearts and souls of their team. Here comes his other middles out there to help.
I mean, he may have just broken his foot or his ankle, and you'd almost never know it looking at his face.
Yeah.
He's just kind of stone-faced and being a real tough kid about it.
Spencer Rowe, second-team All-American, second-team All-MPSF out of Mission Viejo High School, USA Youth National Team. His uncle Tom Duke was the NCAA MVP in 1988, so he's got some good volleyball in his pedigree. And in high school, he had a 4.6 GPA. I think just like yours, Howard. Wow. I think, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, exactly. In replacement of him is Clayton Paulin, who's a 6'8", redshirt junior in the middle blocking position. And the first swing kind of goes right through Paulin.
Paulin started 20 out of 22 matches in 2013, hit 376. He had 8 matches where he made no errors at all. So Paulin's an able substitute, to say the least.
Hawaii down by 1. Olsen, good serve. Put up by Chalmers, Joey Barrow. Little tight pass. Ramos tries to pop it over the net. Hawaii with another opportunity. Little bump set out of the back row. Awkward swing for Olsen, and look at the quick hands. And Kanatake managing to get it over the net, but Colby can't get that one, and UCLA gets the point on the Fisher swing. And it's 17-15.
Michael Fisher coming in, getting 4 kills, providing some offense from that opposite position.
Here's Gonzalo Quiroga, known as one of the better servers in the land. Brooks Sidor manages to pop it off the high hands. We talked about it. You mentioned Quiroga yesterday, but you also mentioned they're without the serve of Jackson Bantle tonight.
Right, but they lose Bantle's serve, but they gain Fisher's offense. And how about that block that Sidor had? He had 7-foot Robert Page on him, and then he had Clayton Paulin, who's 6'8". That's a giant block.
Wide within 1, and here's the serving specialist from down under, Johan Timmer. Timmer goes right at Robert Page, 7-footer with a good pass, and they go right to Page, and he puts a good swing on it right into the chest of Siki.
What an angle. That is one sharp angle. This Page was set about 3 or 4 feet off the net. He hit it to the 8 or 9 foot line. That's a mean angle. Cuts it way inside. Not many players in the country can do that.
And here's Clayton Paulin serving for the first time this weekend. Paulin coming in for the injured player, who is Spencer Rowe. And a little bit of a conversation over there with John Spera and one of the officials. Usually when they're checking with the folks at the table, it had something to do with maybe a rotation or a substitution. But everything appears to be fine. And here comes Paulin. Siki puts it up, and the quick set to Averill. Unable to put it away, but it's back. And off the touch, another opportunity, and Siki able to put it down and get the Hawaii point.
What a cover by Colby Kanatake. Wow, that ball came off the block very quickly. They're keying on Taylor Averill. He had 2 blockers up. He gets it put right back in his own face, and Kanatake right there to cover for him.
Colby, kind of his auntie, showing a lot of his characteristics, right? Saying the national anthem, the volume wasn't up, it didn't matter. She continued, forged ahead, did her job, the crowd joined
her. Yeah, it was great.
And then they got her the fresh mic for Hawaii Pono'i, and he nailed it. 1917, UCLA, Michael Fisher, the local product out of the windward side, Kailua, serving it. Off the net, Kanatake keeps it alive, he does. Good hustle by Brooks Sidor, and then Jace Olsen fires it long.
Watch for Charlie Way to use his final timeout. He can't let the Bruins get too much separation here early in the 20s. Looks like he's gonna wait at least 1 more.
Hawaii down by 5 early. They rallied back to tie it at 14. Here's Fisher. Olsen, good pass. And another roof and again, it is Trent Kirsten, the 6'9" redshirt sophomore. Boy, they do have a big block. And there is the aforementioned timeout called by Charlie Wade, with Hawaii down by 4 in set number 1. And back at the Stanley with our Jack Fact, and it is all about the tough road ahead. 9 of Hawaii's remaining 11 matches are against top 10 teams, and those opponents have captured 33 of the 44 NCAA men's volleyball championships.
You know, that may be the most telling statistic of the night. That's what Hawaii has to face the rest of the year. Charlie Wade and his staff have got their hands full preparing for all those opponents. Easily the toughest back half of the schedule, I think, of any of the teams in the league. And there's 9 teams basically playing for 8 spots. Somebody's going to be left out. Hawaii's going to have to battle hard to get inside those 8 spots.
Rarely an easy night in the MPSF. Good swing that time by Siki Sarkovic.
I'll tell you something, though. They keep playing like they did last night against UCLA. I think every single match is winnable. There's no match that they can't win. There you see Siki Sarkovic. Joby Ramos goes right back to him, despite the fact he got stuffed. I like those setters who are repeat setters, who go back to someone that the opponent doesn't think they're going to go to.
Good pass by Quiroga, and then he just kind of shoves it right down past the block. Taylor Averill is there, but sometimes when you throw that changeup, take a little something off, it's hard to adjust defensively.
And that happened, I would say, half a dozen times last night, where Quiroga got 6 of his 19 kills, had to come on shots like that.
Robert Davis serving. Quick set, and Taylor Averill gets another one in the kill column. That's his first of the night. And Hawaii back within 3, but they need to string together a couple of natural points here. Can't afford to just play a little side-out game at this juncture. And Averill, well, he went for it. And Hawaii now in a bit of a hole here in this first set, trailing 23-19. By the way, Ryan Kalei-Suji reporting that the injury over there to Spencer Rowe appeared to be more of a bad sprain than a break. Sometimes a sprain, though, could take longer to recover from. Maybe less painful initially, but makes the road to recovery that much more challenging.
Yeah, he's already icing back in the locker room, so it's unlikely that Spencer will return.
And the block by Pollen, who came in replace of Spencer Rowe. And as you mentioned, they don't really miss very much with that trade-off. And now on set point. And there's Quiroga off his hands and out. And Hawaii hanging in there.
Actually, what I think they'll miss most is Spencer Rowe's spirit and his senior leadership. And he also hits for high percentage year in and year out. He's in .397 on the year. Kill and a half a game. A block per set, you know, so they're going to miss him, to be sure, but Clayton Pollen is an able substitute.
Quiroga, that's right. Hawaii needed 5 points in a row, 2 down. Actually, they needed 6 in a row. 2 down, they still need 4, but 3 to tie. And speaking of a tie, timeout by John Spahn. Back at the Stanley, and good news, you didn't see it. The players kind of jumped the gun on us, but Hawaii with the roof at the net. And they're
a great Sonora serve. First bad pass by the Bruins. Quiroga got stuffed for Hawaii's 22nd point.
They need 2 more. They got to be perfect. The serve. That ball is a winner. Able to dive in and make the play is Siki. And so Quiroga gets the set winner. And the Bruins hold off the Rainbow Warrior charge late in the first set. So 25-22, the set scores here in the first. The teams will switch sides. And Hawaii will look to even the score in set number 2. Stick around, everybody. Much more to come from the Stan Sheriff Center. Number 11, Hawaii. Number 3, UCLA. Here on OC Sports.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii, Kaiser Permanente, and Hawaii Honda dealers.
Well, we talked about Robert Page getting off to a slow start last night. He shanked his first serve, but otherwise has been solid.
Robert Page with 4 kills, no errors, 5 tries, hitting 800. Michael Fisher getting the first start tonight from Jackson's panel. He's off to a good start as well. He's got 4 kills and 8 tries, hitting 375. Big night for Michael Fisher, hitting from the left and the right, playing opposite the center. Here's an interesting stat. The UCLA Bruins really wanted to put the clamps on arguably the 2 best middles in the MPSF. Well, here's what happened. On Nick West and Taylor Averill, UCLA has them hitting -160.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
2 kills, 3 errors, 6 tries by West and Averill. So those middles have got to turn around if Hawaii's got to have a chance. Credit the Bruins for putting up some good defense and committing at the right times on Averill and West.
So second set back to get underway. And back to serve it up is going to be Clayton Pollen, who came in replacing Spencer Rowe, who rolled an ankle and immediately went back to the locker room for treatment. And the first serve into the net. That's how Hawaii started the first set. Joby Ramos with the service error. UCLA got the first point, went on to win it. So let's see if there's a reversal of fortunes here in set number 2. Ramos rolls it over. And the first set is a good swing by Trent Kirsten. Kirsten with his second kill. And here's Michael Fisher out of the windward side, Hawaii Baptist Academy. Goes right at Jace Olson. Olson, good pass, and they go to Brooks Sador, able to put it down. Setting it, there's Quiroga out of the back row, blocked by Sador. Robert Page, the 7-footer then, winds up with it. He drills it home, and Page gets his 5th kill.
Nice little bump set from Hagen Smith, and there you see Robert Page hitting the field goal right through Taylor Averill's arms.
And Fisher again this time puts a little bit more heat on the serve. Here's Sador, and they're doing a good job of covering Brooks Sador tonight. To Brook they go, blocked a second time. They go to him a 3rd time, and he's blocked again, but this time the ball goes out, and the 3rd time a charm for Brooks Sador. That takes a lot of energy to jump 3 times and swing 3 times in a row.
Tell you, credit the Bruins for putting up some pretty good blocking there, especially Hagen Smith posting that outside block was really tough. He had a one-on-one there at one point, and he was helped out a couple other times.
And he was actually a little bit back from the net on that 3rd swing, making it that much more difficult, but that's when he proved successful. The other side goes Brooks Sador, and he gets another kill.
Another nice set from Zarkovic, setting from the back row. Nice high, wide set for Sador. Brooks seems to like when the ball's a lot of air under it. He has lots of time to approach and gather and swing.
And Siki, a little bit strong with the serve, sends it long. And the ball goes back to the Bruins. We're tied at 3 here in set number 2. Another busy night here in the Quarry. University of Hawaii Rainbow baseball team closing out a 4-game set with Pepperdine. We'll bring you up to date on that once we get a scoring report. And last night it was a double victory here in the Quarry. Baseball and volleyball goals. Good hustle play. Fisher tracks it down after a nice play by Grant Chalmers, the libero. And here's Sador. That's going to be a net violation against UCLA, so Sador will get credit with his 6th kill of the night.
I love the play by Grant Chalmers, the kid out of Maricosta High School. Watch this move right here. He's 6'5", probably the largest libero in the country. He used all of his 6'5" to dig that ball. Great play.
And there's Quiroga. Trying to chase it down. Look out. Brooks Sador winds up right in front of Cindy Lewis, the Star Advertiser volleyball sports writer. Says, hey, I want to make your column tomorrow. He literally got inside.
Or I think she's writing her blog right now.
Yeah.
I think Stephen Sy writes the columns. I think Cindy's probably doing her blog.
Well, he almost literally wound up inside of her computer, let alone her blog. There's Nick West on the quick set. And West gets the point for Hawaii. They take the 1 point lead.
Good adjustment by Hawaii to start running 31s instead of straight ones right out the center. To start moving the middle blockers around, making it more difficult to block them. Coming out of the UCLA block at a different angle.
Staccato applause behind Brooks Adore as he gets set to serve it up. 5 serving 4, and that one is way long. Second time he has served it out here in the second set. We're even at 5.
So when Hawaii's serving just a little bit off, the game tightens up quite a bit. You notice that? Last night when Hawaii was, all 6 servers were on all the time, including the super sub, Johan Timmer.
Joby Ramos with a nice little winner. Last night, Hawaii with 15 service errors. They already have 6 tonight.
When they made their misses, they weren't crucial misses. As Charlie Wade said before the game, he said they were more efficient serving last night, and they served a lot of heat. And their aces came at the right time. The errors didn't come in bad times. Hard to put together 2 nights in a row like that. Here's the Bruins again passing with 4 receivers against Chase Olsen.
And the quick set, try to get it to Paula, unable to put it down. Here it comes, not sure what happened there, but on the windup, Siki Zarkovich, I don't know if he slipped or lost his balance, but something happened, just kind of aborted takeoff.
He called for 1 set, and Ramos thought it was a different set, just a miscommunication.
Kind of like the catcher, you're expecting the slow curve, and all of a sudden the fastball comes
That's exactly it.
Okay.
That's exactly it. You baseball players know how to make analogies, don't you?
Hawaii back up by 1, 7-6, Nick West.
I know you're missing Jackson Bantle tonight in his slider, aren't you?
Well, it was fun talking about it, yeah. And, we were even talking with John Spura about his serve and how difficult it is. And you figure if you're serving, 30 feet to the net, you're turning the service at 40, 45 feet. And so if a 67-mile-per-hour serve is coming in from 45 feet,
right there.
Yeah, if you average that out to maybe the 60 feet 6 inches of a pitcher's mound, it's probably like a 95-mile-per-hour pitch.
Exactly.
And it's breaking. And it's breaking. It's like a 95-mile-per-hour slider. And Averill.
But where again, UCLA is losing Bantle's serve and his passing and his digging skills. They're picking up a lot of offense from Fisher, who's got 5 kills now, hitting .444. So Sprague just trying a little bit different tactic to see if he can put a little wrinkle in his team.
And you're spot on, because we'll tell you about the Bantle numbers in a minute as you see Robert Page get the kill. Bantle, despite his serve, only 2 kills and hit 111. So you're right.
Negative 111.
Negative 111, yeah. So the offense has certainly been a positive trade-off for the Bruins tonight with Fisher. It's already paid huge dividends.
Yeah. Page with 6 kills last night. I don't think he got his 6th kill until well into the 2nd or 3rd set.
And Averill going nearly vertical for the kill.
They call him Sonny. You know why? Here's Sonny. Sonny at his best in the middle, cranking it down. Tell us why they call him Sonny. I know you know why.
And Sonny comes from Sunshine because when he was at Irvine, when he first came here, he had golden locks down to his shoulders. So, the blonde.
Kind of like a hippie.
Yeah, the blonde surfer-looking dude from Southern California playing on the beach. Sunshine. Trying to save that one is Fisher. He does. That ball nearly hits the scoreboard. Then Page, that ball kind of ricochets back and forth, and Brooks Adore watches it land about 3 inches outside the line. Hawaii gets the point to go up by 2. 2-point run for the
great defense by Joby Ramos right there. Comes in to make sure that Page doesn't put down another tip shot. So that's one of the things that hurt Hawaii last night was the tip shots that went down by Page and Quiroga. And Charlie Wade said one of the keys tonight was to make sure that they did a better job defensively of picking up those tip shots.
There's Colby. We mentioned his auntie sang the national anthem, Hawaii Parui. I saw his mom prior when she introduced me to auntie. I said, boy, what a great match your son played. She goes, oh, I get so worried when I watch him flying around and leaping over people. I go, yeah, but you know what? He does it as good as anybody.
Didn't we nickname him an honorary flying Walenda last night?
Exactly. Had another fan come up to me and say, you know, I asked Chris if Dash was old enough to even know who the Walendas were. Of course.
Dash knows it all.
Well, I don't know about that, but I certainly know about the Walendas. Wasn't that another Walenda nephew that crossed over the Grand Canyon a few months ago?
Yep.
That was unbelievable. It was Taylor Averill.
Great swing by Averill. I'll tell you something. Trent Kirsten did a great job of blocking there. He was all over Taylor Averill and just could not put it down. Averill, a little bit too much mustard on that one.
Serve put up by Fisher. They're going to set it quickly right over the middle. That's going to go to Kirsten. And Kirsten hammers it down for his third kill. Did you watch that Walenda tightrope across the Grand Canyon?
Yes, I did.
Wasn't that unbelievable?
Yeah.
I knew the results. And I still sat there. My heart probably was beating at about 120 per minute. Crazy stuff. And there's a nice high wire act. Jace Olsen.
Nice set from Joby Ramos. Jace Olsen gets a good run up on this one. Gets a one-on-one, but he chooses not to go across court. Instead, he rips it down the line, showing that he's got a lot of what they call a wide fan, where he can hit angle, he can hit line, he can do it all.
And Olsen with a booming serve. Great pass by Quiroga. Quiroga gets the set, unable to put it down. There's the back set to Olsen. Didn't have a lot of heat on that one. Went to the big guy. That's him again with the swing. Chasing it over in the corner is Ramos. And then the whiff and the recovery by Paulin. How good is that? Jace Olsen off the block. They're going to set it up. Olsen against the triple block. He tries the little roll shot. Covered nicely by the 7-foot Robert Page. Best rally of the night so far. Out of the back of Siki Zarkovic.
Much to the delight of the fans of the Stan Sheriff Center. What a rally. It had everything. It had beach roll shots, and then it's got back row quick, or the Bic out of the back row from Siki Zarkovic. Wow, what a rally.
Everyone just kind of wants to gather themselves and take a breath there. And boy, that's a long, long rally. What about that one shot by Paulin, who goes up, takes a swing out, whiffs, and then recovers and knocks it over with the left hand? You see
I'd say that's pretty athletic.
There it is.
This connection there, and then Paul with the left hand. That's smooth, I'll tell you. That's a nice move.
Kind of helps to be, what, 6'9"? Hawaii up by 3. Alrighty, back with a look at our Midcat Petroleum leaderboard. And we're talking about NCAA hitting percentage. Loyola Chicago, then Stanford, and then there's UCLA. I think almost more interesting is some of the names. Would you have known the Ramblers, the Lindenwood Lions, or the St. Francis Red Flash?
I'll tell you, I did know the Ramblers, did not know the other two. and those, the number 2 and number 4 offenses in the country met on Monday night as UCLA and Stanford, and the Bruins 1 and 5. Both teams hitting, I believe they both hit over 300 on the night.
Quiroga getting set, and that ball just out. And Hawaii extends its lead to 4. So at a good position here in set number 2 after dropping the first set. They went 25-22 UCLA. And Pixador off the cable. Oh, great save. Then the block by Wes, and then Wes goes up with the decoy. It kind of looked like it may have thrown off Robert Page a little. Like he didn't know what side of the net the ball was. Doesn't matter. Point Hawaii. We take timeout with the Rainbows up 5. Back in the Stanley, inside the numbers we go, courtesy of Burger King. The number is 346. That is Hawaii's hitting percentage last night versus UCLA. That's the best versus the Bruins in MPSF play this year. That's a pretty tough task.
Saying a lot because the Bruins got a great block. They got a great defense in the back row, and They hold teams down. Hawaii hit 346. That's pretty amazing.
And Sador out of the timeout, serving short, but a good run. Hawaii was on a 4-point run, and they still lead it by 4.
Right now, Hawaii hitting in this set, hitting 429. The Bruins hitting 188.
Out of the back row comes Siki, overpass, and Jace Olsen takes care of business to put Hawaii back up by 5.
Siki took a nice swing the first time. Nice dig back there by Michael Fisher, and then on the overpass, Jace Olsen converted. Nice swing.
Olsen gets a little help from the cable. Nice save by Smith. Fisher off the top of the cable. And here's Siki, little roll shot. Oh, nice cover by Smith. Here's Quiroga. Tries to turn the wrist outside, throws a little screwball, and then Siki goes off the hands and gets the point. And Hawaii rolling here out to their biggest lead, 17-11.
I think this is the first time in 2 nights that there's a nice high swing, a high flat swing by Siki Zarkovich. First time in 2 nights, I think, that Hawaii has gotten a Quiroga tip shot. It seems like all of them have dropped that one. Colby Konataki was all over it.
And a timeout called by John Spara. 17-11. If we reflect back to January 11th when UCLA beat Hawaii in 4 in the Outrigger Hotels Invitational, the oddity about that match was the second set in which Hawaii throttled UCLA 25-14.
Yeah, that was bizarre that night. It was one wipeout after another. And then in the fourth, UCLA went going away 25-16.
Well, we want to get it
last night, mostly deuce games last night.
Right. Ryan Kalei-Suji is standing by with a former Wahine who's among the most frequent of visitors to the Stan Sheriff Center.
That's right. The UCLA Bruins are becoming somewhat very familiar with the islands. Of course, this is their second trip here, but they also have a fantastic tour guide, Kaylee Thurlby, Wahine volleyball player. Kaylee, what have you been doing to kind of show the islands to this UCLA team?
Well, a good part of my job is feeding these boys, and so I've got the pleasure to take them to Diamond Head Grill. We went to Bubby's, which is one of my favorite spots. A new little favorite spot of mine, the Juice Box, so it's been fun.
And what specifically is your role? Because you not only work with the men, but you work with the women as well.
I'm the director of volleyball operations, so I'm in charge of all the travel logistics, the budgeting. It's a good time.
Well, Kaylee, thanks for joining us. We'll send it back to you guys.
All righty. Ryan, thanks. She traveled here with Outrigger with the men in January. She's here again. She was here with the UCLA women back in the fall semester, so she gets 3 trips a year. Oh, and she said I came for a wedding a couple months ago, so she's been back here 4 times in the last 6 months.
She loved it when she was over here as a Wahine, and now she's loving coming back as a former Wahine.
That's a pretty sweet job. Director of volleyball operations for UCLA. Didn't Dave Shoji's daughter, Kobe Shoji, do the same thing that you were at Stanford?
At Stanford, she did. You're right. Ooh, Michael Fisher just buried that one. Yeah, Kobe Shoji did that, but she didn't split the job and help the men's team. She just did the women's team.
There's Gonzalo Quiroga, nearly knocking Karitaki. In fact, he did knock Kobe down. And not a good set for Robert Page. So Hawaii has a free ball up 17-12. And the block, and Robert Page, his swing wasn't good, but his block sure was.
A lot of the fans were yelling in the middle of that rally as to why a net violation wasn't called when the setter bumped up against the net and caused the net to move. And with the new rules, it's only a net. Great little back dump shot by Joby Ramos. It's only a net violation if you touch the top of the net, the cable. Anytime you touch the rest of the net, no violation.
I like that rule. That was a beautiful little over-the-shoulder dump. Why back up by 5, taking no chances, bringing in Johan Timmer to serve it. Doing his job, going right at Robert Page. There's Taylor Averill with the block. And then that one's going to be right out. Fisher, but it's off the touch. Somebody got a pinky on it. Fisher will get credit for the kill, and the Bruins are back within 4.
But Michael Fisher's taking some really quality swings there. He getting the touch off. I think it was off Averill. They're both saying they didn't touch it, but I think there was a touch. Lines people, both lines persons called it simultaneously. Michael Fisher now is 7 kills, 1 error. He's hitting .500.
Pretty good decision by John Sparrow to put him in the starting lineup. And that ball reaching over the net over there is going to be Robert Page, and that's going to cost the Bruins a point.
Page at 7 feet, he can have this happen to him sometime without even knowing. He's interrupting, he's interfering with the set. That ball was not being attacked to go over the net. It was, Joby Ramos was trying to set it.
Ramos now serving it. There's the set to Page. That ball is long. And Hawaii gets the point, 20-14. Biggest lead of the second set. Now again, back in January, Hawaii winning the second set 25-14. I don't know if they're going to be able to roll off 5 straight, but feeling a little bit comfortable here. Well, not too comfortable. At least they don't want to get too comfortable.
No lead is safe against UCLA.
No.
The players actually went to Fisher's house in Monowilly the other night after their Thursday practice and had dinner.
Nice. Beautiful. Pass by Joby Ramos, and then the finish by Brooks Sador.
Boy, offense much smoother here in the second set than the first. First set they hit 160, had 7 errors. In this set they've only got 1 error, hitting over 400.
And a great serve and an ace serve by Siki.
John Sprock out of timeouts, can't slow down this server.
Put it right on the ground in front of the libero, Grant Chalmers, who plays his position so beautifully, but unable to pull that one off the Terraflex. And Siki goes right in the middle of the court again. Here's Roberts. That's off the hands of Joby Ramos and out. And the side out point for UCLA.
Nice pass by Gonzalo Quiroga that time. He took a little bit more area, knowing that he probably is the most proficient passer out there, and he wants to take more area when Hawaii's top jump servers are back there behind the line.
There's Page again, goes right at Siki, the overpass, and Gonzalo Quiroga with the winner. As I said, don't want to get too careful. UCLA back within 5, but Hawaii still with a comfortable margin here.
And Quiroga's brother, captain of the Argentinian national team, so Gonzalo has played a lot of volleyball in his time. Oh, great pass by Toby Kanataki. My goodness.
Well, he went completely horizontal. You might as well just put a cape on him because that was a Superman play.
This was, it really was. Check this out. He's got perfect diving form. Taylor Averill finishes.
He almost kicked himself on the back of the head with the heels of his feet. Did you see that?
It was pretty amazing. Very acrobatic, to say the least.
Another great serve. Pancaked in by Taylor Averill. Jace Olsen with the finish. And the 2 Sunshine Boys teaming up for a brilliant Hawaii point.
Here's a pancake dig by Taylor Averill. He pops it up right there. Nice reach by the 6'7" Averill. And then Jace Olsen, his buddy, finds the corner. Area 5. Nobody home.
That was pretty sweet. And now it's set point. Averill back to serve it. Hawaii up 24-17. Great job of rebounding from that first set loss, and the serve just long. That's okay. A lot of wiggle room here. By the way, UCLA needed 4 set points to put that first set away. This is set point number 2 for Hawaii.
Here comes Kumasarek in for Kobe Kanataki. He's a little bit better float serve passer.
And that pass or serve is long, and that's how the second set ends. So after dropping the first set, 25-22, Hawaii rallies back to even the score. Stick around, everybody. We'll join the side set at the intermission. All righty, back at the Stan Sheriff Center. Chris, let's immediately take a look at our McDonald's match stats.
Well, you see Hawaii out-hitting UCLA 321 to 269. That's pretty significant, but the problem was that it all came in one set. In the second set, Hawaii did not play well in the first set. The Bruins did. We see the blocks about even, digs about even, aces to error ratio. They're both -8, so that's probably a wash there. The big thing is, can either team serve tough, not get an ace, but force the other team to get out of their system? And I think will be the true test in sets 3 and 4.
Yeah, you and I talked prior to this match about how difficult it is if you're Hawaii to maintain what you did last night. And it's probably not a surprise maybe that UCLA comes out and gets that first set. But equally nice to see Hawaii bounce right back and do what they did in set 2.
Yeah, that was a big bounce back by Hawaii. They could have folded up the tents because the Bruins really did come out firing with all barrels and looked very sharp. And Hawaii made a lot of mistakes, and they showed that in set number 2 that they can bounce back as well. I look for this third set to be crucial to determine the outcome of this entire match.
Good to see a lot of fans here in the Stan Sheriff Center behind us. Another, I understand, a standing room only crowd at Murakami Stadium. They're selling the SRO tickets. And Hawaii, unfortunately, is trailing 7-2 in the 8th inning. And that one is Hawaii gets the first point. No, wait a minute. They're going to give that first point to the Bruins. Excuse me. They took it
Interesting
away.
here in this arena, they actually opened up some of the top sections because the bowl was getting too full, and so that's nice to see that both events are being supported.
Yeah, it's nice to see the bowl spill over. There's Brooks Sador, and Brooks delivers the hammer. And Sador now with 8 kills. You figure if they're standing room over there, they are 4,300 plus, and another, I don't know, maybe 2,500 in here.
And they were at risk of some weather over there, too.
Yeah,
People
right.
still showed up, took the chance.
We're talking about 7,000 or so sports fans here on the Quarry on this Saturday night. Great to see. There's Robert Page off the hands and unable to cover it in the back row. Siki Zarkovic, and UCLA gets the point, 2-1.
Both coaches sticking with their original lineups, with the exception of Spencer Rowe. In case you joined us late, Spencer Rowe, UCLA middle blocker, out with a sprained ankle.
And Sador powers it off the hands. That's a point. No, I thought they pointed down. Charlie Wade's coming out to say, hey, wait a minute. He put the flag up as if to say the ball was down on the ground. In the end, it's academic because Hawaii gets the point. But the one judge over in the corner signaled as if to say the ball was down. And look at that.
Way down. The ball was way down. There's a signal by the lines person as well.
Yeah, it was a terrible missed call by the up ref who told Charlie it was my call, I overruled it.
I'll tell you what would have happened. The lines person would have gone up to the Bert Fuller, the head official, after the rally. Had Hawaii lost the rally, and he would have called it down, and they would have reversed the call for sure.
But as I said, academic, Hawaii got the point anyway. UCLA gets the next point. 3-2 Bruins, back to serve it up. There's going to be Trent Kirsten. Quick set over the middle, not good contact with West. And back the other way, little move at the net. And Brooks Sador, just one of those funny plays. It's kind of a little bit more than a joust. Pushed it over, and there was nobody there to cover it.
Quiroga really had nowhere to go, just sort of threw his left hand up to tip it over. And he's turning around, holding both palms skyward, saying, where's the coverage? That ball's been here a long time.
So tied at 3-all. Brooks Sador going to be back as you look at John Spera. And whatever adjustments he chose to make there at the intermission. High toss, and then delivering the bomb, and that's in. Oh, no, wait a minute. Okay, the Again, that one corner up pointed down as if to say in.
Well,
But
that's
he's
because that
overruled.
referee is calling
The depth.
the depth, and this official on the side is calling the side.
Yeah, exactly. Holland, and able to put it down a couple of times. Hawaii now with an opportunity. They're going to go to the far side, and Jace Olsen.
Jace Olsen, who Ryan showed, Ryan Suji, is calling the X factor tonight. If he comes up big, he thinks Hawaii will come up big. I agree.
Last night, Jace Olsen, only 6 kills, hit .056. Hawaii was still dominant. Imagine if they can get Jace Olsen and Brooks Sidoroff and get a little help from their middles, then they'd be unstoppable.
He does so many other things besides get kills.
And there's the roof by Nick West with a little bit of an assist from Siki. Siki, I think it was Nick West with the block and Siki with the glare.
Yeah.
It was a good glare.
Let's see who touches it here. Well, I think Siki got that one.
Well, maybe he did.
Yeah.
He definitely had the good glare, though, afterwards. He wears it right out there for everybody to see, that's for sure. 5-4 Hawaii. Olsen rips off a good serve. And Quiroga gets the kill as it's off Nick West and ricochets over into the crowd.
Well, the Bruins scrambled well there. That pass not perfect. Hagen Smith had to put up a very quick low pass. Didn't give much for Quiroga to swing at. Quiroga really made most of it. And there again, slicing and dicing that serve of his.
Threw a little slider of his own for the ace serve.
Coming into this particular weekend, 34 aces on the year, 39 errors. There's another tough serve. Wow.
Here's Siki. That's a point off the hands and down. And Hawaii evens the score at 6.
Little field goal there. Siki got lucky. That ball could have been stuffed right back at him.
Right through the hands of Clayton Pullen, 6'8" middle blocker. Quiroga, nice pass. And then Page gets the kill. Sidora unable to get to it. And it's 7-6 UCLA Bruins here in set number 3.
Both teams know how important this swing game is. Number 3, pulling out all the stops, especially with the serves. Both teams really ripping on the serves.
And there's Siki. Quiroga going up the ladder to keep that one in there. And then there's Fisher gets roofed, and they're not going to be able to recover. Good defensive play, and Hawaii gets the point.
I think little Joby Ramos got most of that one. He's sure celebrating. Now he's back to serve.
7 up. And the serve into the net. Before the match went to Nick West, I said, great match last night, and I imagine it always feels a little bit better when you beat UCLA. And he says, and for me, John Spurrott, because of course he started at UC Irvine,
right,
as did the other Sunshine boy over there.
They both got recruited by Spurrott.
That's right, played for him for a year before Spurrott, then moved 2 years ago to UCLA. And we're tied again at 8. See who's going to be able to get that first natural point and try to establish a little bit of separation here. Siki on serve, takes a little something off, nice little roll serve. And here's Robert Page, blocked by Averill. And then the dump shot by Smith covered, and then a net violation, and it's going to be a point for UCLA.
Actually, it was a hand violation on Komisarek, and Ramos should have taken that set. Komisarek stole it from him. The rule is, if the normal setter is anywhere near the second ball, he has rights to set everything. So Como should have gotten out of the way there.
Another nice pass by Colby, and then the block by Quiroga. Quiroga and the big guy, the 7-footer, Robert Page.
That's a big-time block right there.
Well, actually, my
Trent Kirsten, I think.
pardon me, Trent Kirsten, number 14, not 15, but it is Robert Page who's going back to serve. There you see the line in Quiroga in terms of blocks this season. Well, talked about who's going to be first to get a little separation. UCLA is now +2. Make it +3 as Jace Olson watches the service ace drop right past his left ankle.
So UCLA showing that they can play that serve game as well as Hawaii can. That's Hawaii's major asset. UCLA is making it one of their assets right now.
And the shot, or the serve, just a little bit short. And Hawaii back within one. It'll be 9 serving 10. Taylor Averill back to serve it up for Hawaii. Averill continues his torrid pace in terms of hitting percentage. 5 kills, hitting .571.
So Hawaii hitting 400 here in the third set. 333 on the night. UCLA 250 on the night.
Floats over a knuckleball. Fisher puts it up. They go cross court to Quiroga. That's a net violation.
Brooks door. And even without the net violation, Quiroga again finding a way to go over the block and tip it downward.
12 serving 9. Here's Trent Kirsten into the net. Brixador with that Canadian maple leaf there on his right shoulder. And then pokes one long.
In case you missed last night's post-game interview, Sador loved the Canadian hockey win.
Oh boy, yeah.
He was asked by Scott Robbs, so what was bigger, the UCLA win or the Canadian hockey win? He goes, he says, I got to go with my home country. It was pretty funny.
Off the hands and down. Yeah, hockey in Canada is bigger than football, baseball, basketball combined in the States. It would have been a national week of mourning had they lost. The women's one, that was the one. USA up by 2 with 4.5 minutes to play and to ultimately lose it in overtime. That was a tough one. There's a service ace by Jace Olson.
Both teams taking turns, aren't they? Ripping the aces here in the third set. Olson gave that one a lot of heat, and he hit it in the seam there between Chalmers and Quiroga.
Olson again, another good serve. Quiroga puts it up. And then they feed it over the middle to Pollard. So the next Olympics, the Summer Games in Rio de Janeiro, anybody that you see on the court right now that you expect to be playing, not necessarily for any particular team. You mentioned Quiroga for Team Argentina.
Quiroga could be in that 2016 team for Argentina. There's a possibility. His brother probably has a little pull since he's the captain of the team. Who knows?
Right.
You know, Robert Page at 7 feet, depending on how much he improves over the next few years.
Of course, and he has the inside connection because his coach, John Spiraz, the head coach of Team USA. Look at that little move going into the bench over there. It's Kanitaki and Siki. And then Colby unable to get back onto the court in time to make the play defensively. But some good hustle into the front row by a couple of Rainbow Warriors. But at the break, they trail it 15-12. Already back with a look at how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank.
Well, here's how it works when you have 1, 2, 3 seams between players, and there needs to be more communication when you have a 4-man serve receive pattern, which I happen to like, but watch what happens when the ball goes between one of those 3 seams. A service ace for Jace Olson, and that's how it works with a 4-man serve receive pattern.
Or in UCLA's case, that's how it didn't work.
Yeah, I really like it when there's really bold servers like Sador. Just you got to put more guys on the floor to cover the territory because it arrives so fast.
Service error a moment ago by UCLA. Nick West serving now, dug up over there by Grant Chalmers. And then there's Fisher. That's out. Point Hawaii Rainbow Warriors back within one. Quick 2 points out of the timeout, or out of the
Fisher has not made many errors tonight. It's only his third error of the night. He's hitting over 400. Now he's hitting 333.
Oh, Nick West, touch them all. That's a home run ball.
I'll tell you, I've really been impressed with Grant Chalmers, the freshman for UCLA, who's been playing libero, 6'5". I'm sure he didn't play libero in high school, but he's quickly becoming a very capable libero in this MPS.
And another error by Collins, so trading unsuccessful serves back and forth. Hawaii remains within a single point. It'll be 15 serving 16. There's Joby Ramos. Says right at Robert Page. There's Quiroga flying out of the back row. And Jace Olsen on the pass just threw a line drive right into the net.
So even though Hawaii knew Quiroga was going to hit this big, they had 3 blockers up. Well, they sort of had 3 blockers up. They had 2 and then 1 late. Even then, they couldn't stop Quiroga. He came with a lot of heat that time.
Fisher with the serve. They're going to set it to the far side. Brooks Sador gets the kill. And Brooks Sador now has a dozen. Had a season high 24 last night. He's now halfway there tonight. And here's Siki back to serve with Hawaii trailing by 1. Getting into the latter portion here of set number 3, even at a set apiece. Quiroga again out of the back row. That goes up about 8 rows into the stands, just shy of where the Kanetake.
Well, he goes up and just hangs, doesn't he? He's got all kinds of takes. Helicopters up, looks around, looks for the open space, and hits it there.
Nice pass by Kanetake, and that sets up the perfect set to Taylor Averill.
There's another guy who finds the floor quite often. Taylor Averill hitting over 400, like 429, I think, number 2 in the country for kill percentage. Very efficient attacker. Sees where the blocker is and just hits away from the blocker.
And now Charlie Wade with his team down 1, looking to get on a little bit of a roll, so turns to his serving specialist. Here's Johan Timmer.
I call him super server. Super serving sub. A rare error. Only made 1 error all last night. Tonight, that's his first one as well.
Such a tough role to play coming in off the bench. And you're not coming in to throw a little lollipop over the net either. You're coming in to throw a heater.
Yeah. It's a very difficult substitution. So, speaking of servers, here's our favorite server from last night.
Jackson Bantle, watch him. He's a left-hander, and he's just got a whip. That left arm.
He serves with consistency, speed.
That was not even close to his hardest serve. Brooks Sador, that's off the antenna. That's going to be a point for UCLA. They are first to the 20 plateau.
Well, he's got 2 timeouts, so Charlie's got to call one here. Yes, he does.
So 20-17, we'll take a break from the action as Hawaii trails by 3. Already back with a look at Jackson Bantle. We were talking before the match about, wouldn't it be cool to get a camera behind the end line to get a perfect look? So we actually, there he is. Patrick is back there. And so just to kind of get a little bit of a feel of what this serve feels like coming straight at you, and watch the break on it. And don't worry, we'll go back and show you that look after. There's Jace Olsen, Bantle with a nice dig over there. And then Robert Page just kind of flips it over the net. Kanetake saves it. And then there's Nick West.
Great dig by Bantle to keep that rally alive.
So a big point for Hawaii, brings them back within a couple. It is 18 serving 20.
Nick West having a not his normal productive night. 3 kills, 2 errors, hitting 143. He's used to hitting 400, so my guess is they're going to start setting Nick West a little more, get him back involved, get him in rhythm.
And here's that new backcourt. I kind of like this camera. It's kind of neat, just to provide you a little bit of a different look. And Quiroga Boy, he delivered the boom.
I'd say the last 3 shots he's had have been undiggable, unblockable. Just amazing. And great sets by Hagen Smith as well, right in Quiroga's wheelhouse. We got a nice connection going on. Quiroga now with 11 kills.
Hagen Smith to serve. And a tough play for Olsen. Tight set. There's Brooks the door. Goes cross court to Smith. Opportunity for UCLA. Here's Fisher. Boom! Blocked by Nick West and Jace Olsen.
So Hawaii hanging in there. Fisher cooling off a little bit, his 4th error. And now some pretty big points here. Hawaii making a substitution here with Jennings and Franciscovic being the bigger blocking setter at the net.
And the serve now by Jace Olsen. Nice pass by Battle. Here's Fisher, and he hits it down low into the bottom of the net. Hawaii is back within 1. It'll be 20, serving 21. And a timeout's going to be called by John Sparrow. So Hawaii rallies and forces the hands of the UCLA head coach to call a timeout.
John Sparrow knows that he's got 2 timeouts left. He's going to use one before Hawaii can catch up. That's why he used the one at 20-21. He wants to get his troops settled down. I think he's got Quiroga in the back row right now as well, so they're going to be wanting to set a back row quick to him probably. Or going high to Page in the front row, let him hit over the block.
While we have a break in the action, Chris, let's take a look at the American Savings Bank standings. Here's what's happened after all the play has been completed on the mainland tonight.
Hawaii in 6th, as you see there, but there's 8 spots available for the playoffs, and you can see that it's all clogged up. There's 9 teams clogged up. From Stanford on up, there's 9 teams and only 8 spots. I'll tell you, these next 3 weeks are going to be absolutely crazy. Make it 4 weeks, I think, there's left in the conference play.
Well, let's go to our Ryan Kalei-Suji for an update. Ryan.
Well, head coach Charlie Wade talking to his team about what to expect coming from the UCLA sideline. He says that Quiroga is probably going to get to this next set. He says for UCLA, it's become a 2-person show. We know who he's referring to. We'll see if Hawaii can stop the outside hitters of UCLA coming out of this timeout. Back to you.
All right, Ryan, thanks. Talked earlier about how Colby Take kind of looks like Superman out there. Ryan Kalei kind of looks like Clark Kent with the cool shades or the cool glasses over there. So out of the timeout, Jace Olsen back to serve it up for Hawaii. The Rainbow Warriors trailing by a single point. Takes a little bit of something off on it. They're going to feed Page out of the back row. And there's Nick West. Not good contact there. Opportunity for the Bruins. Blocked by Hawaii. And Nick West evens the score at 21-all.
Both teams had great swings to get that point. Neither one could convert. Quiroga, of all people, has the blocking error. Quiroga rarely makes errors.
And Olsen back again. Tied at 21. Big point. And a big serve. A little bit too big. Point UCLA. Here's Quiroga.
Arguably the most dangerous server in the country.
Kanetake, brilliant pass. Brooks it all. Super hit.
And nobody up to block. Sador loves out when he's got an open net.
Tied for the 10th time, and into serve for Hawaii is Kuponofe. What a spot for him. He's proven to be a great server off the bench, but what a tight spot for the freshman to come in. Delivers it. And the ball put straight down by Clayton Pullen.
Perfect pass by Robert Page that get UCLA in system. Nice set by Hagen Smith. Holland buries it. These two teams are trading blows here.
23-22.
It's a race to 25.
Big side out for Hawaii right here. That makes it easy.
The chance of let's go Bows by the fans might have gotten the call a little. What do you think? The whole gym was yelling, let's go Bows.
It was nice to just sit back and listen to it. Now Joby Ramos goes it. Robert Page. Quiroga out of the back row. Touches the net. Opportunity for Hawaii. Cross court set to Siki. Oh, Quiroga off of his hands, but nobody was there. And Hawaii a set point at 24-23.
John Spraw has seen enough. Look at the happy fans there. Somehow Hawaii has regained the lead with shots like that. Quiroga makes a nice dig. The blockers did not turn off the net, turn around, look at the back row, and ball goes to the ground. Hawaii goes up 1. Last time that Hawaii was leading was 5-4 in this set. It's been a long time crawling back into this set.
And like last night, fans being treated to a lot of high-level, top-notch quality volleyball.
I'll tell you, there's no panic in that particular huddle right there with UCLA. They're hitting .217, an unusual percentage for them in the set 3. Hawaii hitting .429. You'd think Hawaii would be winning by a lot more, but the Bruins have found other ways to score, including some on Hawaii serving errors, some on Hawaii hitting errors. But the Bruins, even though they're not hitting a great percentage, been leading most of this set.
So Hawaii will head back out onto the court with an opportunity to serve for the set. And what a huge, huge statement that would be after dropping the first to come back and take sets 2 and 3.
Quiroga hitting out of the back row here. He'll hit the back row quick. Robert Page is on the left. Watch for the ball to be set to one of those two guys, most likely.
So first things first, Joby Ramos needs to get the serve in. And the crowd behind him on set point. Good serve, goes right at Robert Page. There's Fisher off the block and down. Great point for UCLA.
What confidence by Hagen Smith to go to his fellow freshman behind him. He had his all-stars in front, Americans in front of him, Page and Quiroga. Instead goes back to Fisher, and Fisher delivers. Clutch shot.
And last night, UCLA in the third set, 27-25. Here we are tied at 24 all. Cross court, Sador, he is roofed. The big block. That's number 14, Trent Kirsten, and in there also was Hagen Smith.
Well, that block was well posted by Hagen Smith, and Kirsten closed nicely.
And a timeout called now by Charlie Wade. My, how quickly things changed during the last timeout. The crowd kind of going crazy, and now a little fighting.
I'll tell you, Hagen Smith, the smallest UCLA blocker at 6 feet, got all of that block. Even if Kirsten hadn't made it out there, it was all Hagen Smith on that one. I think he's doing the number 22 proud. What do you think?
Certainly did there. Pulled right out of the rafters, huh?
Yeah.
Tell you what, there are a few athletic facilities that can host a Hall of Honor like UCLA. And you walk through their facility on the UCLA campus in Westwood. And
just redid Paulie.
Oh, it's unbelievable. You know, going back to the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor days. And just in every sport, not just basketball. Of course, John Wooden and all of his success, but so many track and field and football and baseball and all players that have just gone on to achieve great success professionally.
John Sproul would love nothing more than to have this team be a memorable team. They were at one time ranked #1 in the country. Now they're ranked #3. Loyola's at the top. BYU's after that. BYU continues to dominate in the MPSF. I believe they only lost one time. They've got a tough finishing schedule as well.
And here's the freshman from Hawaii, Michael Fisher. Now UCLA serving for the third set. Well, that crowd noise rise up behind him. Quick set to Taylor Averill, and it's out. It's it wide, and UCLA takes it. And Taylor Averill, oh boy, he would like that back. I bet you if he had 10 more of those, 9, if not all 10, would be inside the court. Unfortunately, Hawaii drops the third set. We'll take a break. We'll be back with set 4.